Hello, this is my Power BI Capstone dashboard where I analyze case trend data and built an interactive report to help answer key performance questions. The goal was to turn raw data into insights that help decision makers understand trends, monitor growth, and identify where attention may be needed. Here in the report view, I designed a dashboard to allow users to interact with the data dynamically. For example, users can filter by country or time period, which updates the visuals in real time and allows them to explore specific trends more closely. So here I'm going to adjust the time period, start date, so you can see here where it's changing. Let's bring it all the way out. There's everything. Look at one country at a time. These visuals help answers important questions such as whether trends are accelerating or slowing down, how daily changes fluctuate, and overall how patterns evolve over time. Now here in the model view, when we can ignore this piece up there, I was having an issue and ChatGPT guided me through troubleshooting. And so now I have the right star schema here. So in the model view, I worked with the underlying data structure to ensure the relationship between tables were correctly defined. This step is important because it ensures the data flow accurately into the report and that calculation and visuals reflect the correct relationship. So as we saw on the report view where I was moving the date slicers and selecting the individual countries, you can see where everything was adjusting to like the data, accurate data, and working correctly. So that's what this helps. So, this relationship here, you can see when I highlight country key to country key, and then here, date key to date key. And basically that's just saying like, on the report side, just getting those, it's like you got to find a common column to get the two queries to work together so that you can, so that it can work right on the function. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible because the goal here is just to kind of show you what I built, not get deep in the weeds of the program. So we got this here, and then we got the data part where it all came from. So as I was taking this upskill course from Verizon, edX is a platform with where lots of colleges and IBM and corporations come to put together upskilling programs. I was taking a course on Power BI and building dashboards and how to analyze data with Power BI. This capstone project was something that I had to work on my own to build versus kind of like where in the course I was watching videos and following what they were doing. So this is their final project where they set you free and said, hey, let's put this together and build an interactive dashboard. So that's what this is. So this right here on the left, the queries comes from their file. It's taking any large file. This just happened to be a file they provided that was huge with data with COVID data throughout 4 years and several countries, and just basically taking this, and as you can see here on the right where it says applied steps, the different things that I had to go through to get to this final product here in order to get the report to view what I needed to see what you needed to see, and then to also connect it the way that I needed to connect it as far as like the star schema. So you can, those lines that I showed you, it's based off of these things, making sure that you have the common. So you can see here where it says country key, and then we have like the date, and then here you have like the country key, and then you have the date. So you can see how the lines are relating to, and for that model view. And so I'll end with that to not confuse you and make it more techie, as I'm new to Power BI, so I'm not that well versed in like code or anything like that. I'm learning all the stuff for the first time. So here, doing this helps strengthen my overall ability to transform raw data to structured insights and design dashboards that help support clear understanding and better decision making. So hopefully this video was neat and gave you insight and just a little bit of my perspective of my journey where I never heard of Power BI, and now I built this dashboard. And also on top of that, where right now in the market, they're looking for people who know how to use or learning how to use AI to become more efficient, like in their workflows, how do you use BI to make your job better and more efficient. I mean, think about this. This is a course that was a 4-week program. Modules probably got like 10. Each week has probably about 10 modules with several videos, links, hours and hours of material to go through, whether you're watching it or reading it. Um, who has the time to, being that this is my first project on my own, obviously I don't remember everything from the course, meaning I would have to go back and probably like relook at a lot of the different things to figure out what he did, which could take me probably, who knows, a couple weeks or something. So using ChatGPT to help me get through it and asking questions interactively with it. Like, why is the DAX written this way? This is broken. How do I troubleshoot this? Even if I like, kind of like when I was saying about the keys and relating, at first I wasn't maybe like fully understanding that. So I'd say, give it a screenshot and say, um, and ask it a question around that. Like, you know, linking this date key here to from this query to this date key here is what causes the date slicer on the report view. So like this up here, is that what causes this to work, to function correctly? And ChatGPT is like, yeah, absolutely. It gives you a lot of encouragement. It's like, you're doing wonderful. But outside of that stuff, it's just validating like your understanding. And what I did was I used ChatGPT. I trained ChatGPT to train me after I kind of realized, like, let me understand, like, how is it that I actually learn? Because the school format, institutionalized, it doesn't really work for me. It's more the interactive learning. So I created a 15-minute micro lesson in Power BI with ChatGPT, and I did give it some links from Microsoft website about Power BI just to make sure it doesn't like hallucinate too much or has some sort of form of like structure. But just saying like, I want to create a daily 15-minute micro learning lesson on Power BI so that I can learn this for like jobs. If I'm seeing jobs out there that are wanting Power BI, I'm seeing more and more that I can actually now apply because this is what I built. And the point of this is to kind of show my work as well so that they know like what I really can do, like if they wanted to see it. So hopefully this gives you some insight. Like if you're not sure, if you're afraid of AI or you're not sure what to do with it, or if you are using it, hopefully maybe this will give you a different way to use it. If you're afraid of using it, hopefully get rid of that fear and say, get better. Because let's say you're good at, like, let's say Excel, which I created a micro learning lesson for that too. I've used Excel in previous roles for several years, but the reality is you only use certain functions, and there's a lot of functions out there that I probably didn't use because just of the positions that I was in. But if I wanted to see another goal, advance in the company or apply for a job, somewhere else, and they needed certain advanced, like you needed to know certain functions, you probably didn't know them because you didn't need them in your previous role. Well, creating a 15-minute micro learning lesson with ChatGPT and helping you like build dashboards and do things like that and analyze data and clean and trim and do all those functions, it'll walk you through all that so that you can actually become like an expert in Excel and be job ready. So hopefully this video was insightful, and hopefully you understand a little bit about Power BI if you don't, like me, and how data flows and how model works. And I appreciate you watching. Bye.